All of them are working? They're all off, right? Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Firebird Fieldhouse here in the Chapman Arena. And it's great to be with you here on this Saturday afternoon as we get ready for a great matchup between the Holy Ghost Prep Firebirds and the visiting Quakertown High School Panthers. I'm David Chemansky, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart. Caden, it should be a good game today, but the Firebirds really need to rebound. Tough loss against Pennsbury, tough loss the other night as well.
We do really need to rebound, and as you said, but just rebounding will have to be the key here. We did not get a lot of rebounds in the Pennsbury game. We did not get a lot of rebounds in the Penwood game, if I'm not mistaken. And we really need to get in the paint. We need to make sure we get the ball, and time of possession is going to be a real big factor here against Quakertown.
Yeah, the Penwood loss was a for sure difficult one, losing by 1 with the last second foul. Firebirds need to also limit the turnovers today because that was a huge problem, the sloppy passes.
Oh, yes, definitely. There's too many things for Ghost to have to work on, and this is a perfect game to start. Quakertown only 5-10. They're not coming in with that impressive. Ghost has way more to lose than Quakertown does. I think this is a game that they can take advantage of.
Yeah, well, as you said, Caden, Quakertown comes into this game with a record of 5-10. The Firebirds are now under 500 after starting 3-0. They are now 5-6. The Firebirds will change up their starters a little bit. They'll go with Shane Riley, Dylan Sheed, Ryan Sylvester, Mel Lindsay, and Aiden Graham. Seamus McDermott will come off the bench, and that's the way we'll get started here. In just about 60 seconds, we'll have the national anthem and the introductions. It's coming to you next here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Firebirds and Panthers getting started here on this Saturday afternoon matinee.
Your presence at this game is a privilege to observe and support high school athletics. All fans are encouraged to recognize the efforts and express support for both teams. Use only positive words and actions to respect the game officials, the players and the coaches, and all other spectators. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Holy Ghost Prep is proud to be a partner with Athletes Helping Athletes, an organization that provides special needs opportunities in the Philadelphia area. Please turn your attention to center court and welcome today's honorary captains, Kirsten Cantras and Michael Hagley. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise at this time for the playing of our national anthem. Welcome to the Chapman Arena in the Firebird Fieldhouse for today's BIAA game featuring Quakertown High School and Holy Ghost Prep. Introducing today's starting lineups. First for the Panthers of Quakertown High School. Number 5, Sam Wilkin. Number 10, Ethan Tomlinson. Number 14, Kyle Rosenberger. Number 25, Brendan Rosica. And number 42, Ty Wilkin. Head coach of the Panthers is Tony DaCosta. Now the starting lineup for the Firebirds of Holy Ghost Prep. Starting at forward is 6'6" junior number 33, Mel Lindsay. At guard, 5'10" senior number 41, Aiden Graham. At forward is 6'4" senior number 31, Ryan Sylvester. At guard, a 6'3" senior, number 0, Shane Riley. And at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 13, Dylan Shee. Head coach of the Firebirds is Tony Chapman. Officials for today's game, Joe Animal, Bacteria, and Shea.
All right, everybody. Well, as we get set for things here on this Saturday afternoon between the Firebirds and the visiting Panthers, getting set with tip-off at center court. Firebirds looking to end their losing streak. Tough loss the other day against Penwood, Caden. Cold outside once again, doesn't matter. Warm in here. Firebirds win the tip.
So Holy Ghost has many things to improve on, but and most importantly in this game, target 45 to 50 points for a win. That is the amount of points that Quakertown is averaging. Quakertown usually does not finish well, so if you're down early, do not let that get to your head.
Dylan Sheed misses the layup, and the Panthers will rebound here. It's Sam Wilkin who will take the ball up the court for the Panthers to Brendan Rusica. Underneath, Quakertown are in their away blues today. Kind of a weird pass there back to Wilkin, being guarded by Aiden Graham. To Rusica. Rusica at the top of the key. Passing here by Quakertown, using some time off the clock. There's a three from Wilkin, and it's good. Sam Wilkin gives Quakertown a 3-0 lead.
Say Holy Ghost, even though they did give up the 3-pointers, they did not make too many mistakes on that. They didn't turn it over. They were able to get a shot off on offense, so it's not their fault, just lucky shot.
Sylvester looking for an outlet. He'll get it to Riley. Riley back to Lindsay, the junior. Pass back out to Sylvester. It's for three, and that one was in and out. Close one there for Ryan. Good shot look there. And here's Wilkin, who takes it the other way. Firebirds play pretty good defense on the first possession. It was a contested shot taken by Wilkin. There's Rosenberger. Tries to make a move to get around Riley. Gives it back out to Ty Wilkin. Underneath, now in the paint, going to work against Lindsay is Tomlinson. And it's out. Good defense there by Mel Lindsay. Here's Shane Riley, the point guard, back to Graham. Graham, thinking about it, takes the three, and this one just missed. Good rebound by Sylvester, and he makes the layup.
Like I said before, rebounds will be the key in this game. Sylvester with a good rebound, and he put up 2. That's what Ghost was lacking last week versus Penwood.
Panthers are coached by Tony DaCosta. Here's Rosenberger in the corner. Underneath, Quakertown going for a lot of underneath passes. This one is blocked by Sylvester. Quakertown gets it back, but he traveled, Caden, and the Firebirds will have a chance to take the lead.
So here comes that good Holy Ghost energy. Usually they don't get up to such a hot start with the 3-pointer for Quakertown, but now they have a chance to really make a comeback.
I mean, Quakertown does have 10 losses, but they've already played 15 games. Firebirds have only played 11. This is their 12th. Back out to Aiden Graham. Underneath to Sylvester. Passes it in time. Back to Riley. Riley trying to get around 2 Quakertown defenders. He's stripped of the ball. Quakertown has numbers going the other way. It's Sam Wilkin who misses the layup, but he is fouled. And Sam Wilkin, who made the three-pointer earlier, will go to the line to shoot 2.
And now this drive completely shifts from the first one. Now 2 mistakes, a foul and a turnover, and now it's going to cost goalie goes possibly.
The foul was on Ryan Sylvester, his first, team's first. First one at the line for Wilkin is good. Quakertown did play last night, and they did beat a Lower Moreland team, I believe.
Yeah,
It was Lower Moreland, 63-48. So getting back in the winning ways, I guess, for Quakertown. They now lead by 3. Aiden Graham to Shane Riley. Firebirds have to get past this hard full-court defense here by Quakertown. Riley in the corner has Lindsay. Lindsay now shades to his right, being guarded. Almost lost the ball there. Tomlinson on defense for the Panthers. Here's Sheed. He goes underneath the net. Had a couple jerseys on him. Shane Riley for 3 and just missed. Firebirds have been close, Caden, here, and Quakertown will throw the ball out of bounds. Ty Wilkin tried to get it to Brendan Rusica, but threw it towards his own bench.
As much as I like three-point shots early and often, I think Ghost needs to calm down a little bit. Just go for the easy 2-point layups if they have one. Like I said before, Quakertown does not finish good, so even if Ghost is down, they can still easily make a comeback. Good
pass to Lindsay. He is hard fouled. Fouled by Ethan Tomlinson. It will be his first. Tomlinson didn't seem to like that call, but Lindsay looked clearly fouled. 2 at the line for Mel Lindsay. Pretty good energy here on campus today. Saturday afternoon game.
Mm-hmm.
First one for Mel is good. That was an interesting sound.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Glad you could be with us here on this Saturday afternoon. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the HGP YouTube channel. 1 subscriber away from 750. The second one is good in the screaming. Firebirds now trail by just 1. And now the Firebirds also got a full court press here, which is interesting. Firebirds did not play Quakertown last year at home. They play them at Quakertown. Sheed steals the ball, and the Firebirds go the other way. Sheed with tons of speed. Now slows down the pace to Riley. It's contested. It's for 3, and this one is off. Rebound by Ty Wilkin.
Once again, Ghost is only 1 for 4 in the three-point shot today. Just go for any points you can get. Don't be too aggressive.
That is true. Firebirds had a lot of missed opportunities last week. See if they can straighten things out here, as right now they trail by 1. Sam Wilkin over to Ruzica, now in the corner to Ty Wilkin. Wilkin now back to the top of the key, back to Ruzica, being guarded by Sylvester. Sam Wilkin makes a move, now drives. He has Sheed and Sylvester working on him, and it goes out of play. It was last hit by Mel Lindsay, and it will stay with the Panthers.
So it goes once again, a solid defensive possession, no fouls, but they need to make sure that not a lot of points get making up off this one.
In the corner to Ty Wilkin, the 6'3 junior. Back to his brother, Sam Wilkin. Now it's back out to the corner on the right side. Graham was there, and it will go the other way. Last touched out of bounds by number 14. That's Kyle Rosenberger. And the sophomore turns it over. HGP going to take it over.
Saying goes that they can get just 2 points off of this, then they're back in the lead, and then maybe they can use that momentum for the rest of the game.
Here's Mel Lindsay. He goes up, and it's an offensive foul. Lindsay commits the charge, and it's been a rough start here for Mel and this Firebirds offense. It's Lindsay's first foul. It's the team's second. Halfway through this first quarter, not a lot of points, Caden, so far for either team.
Yeah, it's a complete different game from the Penwood game on Thursday. That one was high scoring. This one's low scoring. Ghost was down early in both of them, but they were able to make a comeback. If they do, they have to make sure they hold on to the lead.
It was tipped out of play by Aiden Graham. It will stay with the Panthers. Ruzica inbounds to Sam Wilkin, who slows down the pace. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. HGP trailing 5-4. There's Ty Wilkin now being guarded by Riley out there for HGP as there's a 2 taken, and it's good. Brendan Ruzica makes the mid-range, and it's now 7-4 out there for HGP, as I was saying, is Sheed, Riley, Graham, Sylvester, and Lindsay. Sheed over to Sylvester, and Ryan makes the layup. Firebirds now once again within 1.
And yet again, that's exactly the type of shot that you want to take. Make sure you look for passes in the paint.
That was a weird pass, Caden, but it stays with the Panthers. Ruzica back to Wilkin. Both teams exchanging layups here early on. Firebirds, though, down by 1. It's Rosenberger. He thinks about it, and he takes the 3 from pretty way out. Rebound by Tomlinson. He lost the ball, got it back to Wilkin, and he was stripped. What a hard-and hustle by Dylan Sheed. It stays with Sam Wilkin. Good defense here by Coach Chapman's Firebirds. Lindsay and Sheed with tons of hustle here early. Sam Wilkin with the Panthers. Has it now over to Ruzicka. Ruzicka to Ty Wilkin. Wilkin now thinks about giving it to his brother. It hits off his foot. Riley fights for it on the floor. And we're going to have a jump ball. We'll see, and it will stay with Quakertown.
I guess not.
Miles Longacre checks in for the Panthers along with Anthony Callan. Seamus McDermott checks in for the first time for Aiden Graham. Inbounding will be Ty Wilkin on the right here of the broadcasting table. Wilkin needs to get rid of it. He does. It's a high pass, but it hits off the hands of Anthony Callan, who just checks into the game. And Caden, Firebirds will take over possession.
So again, Firebirds taking over possession, low-scoring game, so at this point, any shot can really matter. And again, just with a 2-point shot puts Gold Ghost in the lead.
Seamus McDermott controls the point for the Firebirds, being guarded by Longacre. Back to Riley. Riley just in front of the half-court logo. Gives it to Sheed, back to Riley. 2 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. Firebirds just trailing by 1. A Quakertown player slips down. That allows Sylvester to get somewhat open. He does have a Quakertown defender on him, but Ryan Sylvester turns garbage into gold. Firebirds lead by 1.
So again, perfect pass into the paint. Good shot by Sylvester, and now goes right back in the lead. Oh.
That was interesting. Firebirds take over, and we'll have a timeout called. We'll see who it's called by. Looks like it will be on Quakertown, and it will, Caden.
Looks like Mel Lindsay is a new best friend on Quakertown.
Well, Firebirds lead by 1. It's been an interesting first quarter. Not a whole lot of points, but there's been action. 2 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. And we'll be back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, everybody, welcome back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. David Chapansky, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart. Great to be with you here on this Saturday afternoon. Firebirds leading the struggling Quakertown Panthers by a score of 8-7. Riley with the ball in the corner to Lindsay. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to play here. Seamus McDermott out there for the Firebirds, along with Sheed, Sylvester, Mel Lindsay, and Shane Riley. McDermott back out to Lindsay, the junior. It's for 3, and it goes. A little bit of rim magic, Caden, but the Firebirds get a 3. They lead by 4.
So, and now the 3 ball is dropping, so maybe Ghost might be a little bit more aggressive on that. I still would say just go for the 2-point shot, but any point works.
Both teams full court pressing. It's Sam Wilkin in the corner. Good defense by the Firebirds. An airing pass, and it hits our broadcasting table somewhat, and the Firebirds will take over. Sheed will inbound it. Firebirds made some passes like that the other day, so we know how it feels. Yeah. Firebirds have played better basketball, though, here in this one. Here's Shane Riley. It's for 3. Rebound is picked up by Vince McCucci, and it's going the other way for Quakertown. Underneath, tried to get it to Longacre, but the Firebirds did get a piece of it. Quakertown will stay with the ball. Sean McGrenahan checks in for Holy Ghost Prep. And so it's a good time to give a shout-out. Shout-out to Bonnie McCool watching us from sunny Florida. I wish I was there right now. Your grandsons, Sean and Colin McGrenahan, send their love and can't wait to see you soon.
So I'm sure we all wish we were in Florida at this point.
Quakertown with the ball. Sam Wilkin being guarded by Seamus McDermott. 45 seconds left to play here in the first quarter of action. Longacre now just in front of the Holy Ghost Prep logo. Good defense, really, so far here by the Firebirds. Longacre bumps into McDermott. It's gotten quiet here in the Chapman Arena. Weird pass to the left to Marucci. Now in front to Wilkin. Wilkin had 2 Firebirds on him, but got around him. Sam Wilkin for 2, and it's good. The 6'2 freshman, Sam Wilkin, really scoring early and often for the Quakertown Panthers, who now trail by just 2.
Say he's going to be someone who needs to shut down in the second half. If they even can make a change that fast, maybe even just the second quarter.
10 seconds. McGranahan thinks about it. Good pass underneath to Ryan Sylvester.
Aw.
That rim has not given the Firebirds well wishes. Here's a long three from half court taken by Vince Macucci. That missed. Firebirds, though, lead by 2 at the end of 1. It's 11-9. And there's no better time in a game than to welcome our wonderful math teacher here at Holy Ghost Prep, Mr. Luke Profe. Second time you're on the broadcast, Mr. Profe. How are you doing?
Doing well, Dave. How are you today?
I'm okay. I think, all right, pull up the mic a little bit. There you go. Now you're good. Now you can speak loud, and everybody can hear you at home. We want to make sure that everybody here, because, by the way, even if you're a parent watching or whatever, I post the link on our Schoology page, which is what we have to communicate. The teachers communicate with us. Mr. Profe posts a lot of homework on that. And here on Schoology, we do post the link. So, but what's something that people don't know is that I write the caption for the link, so people probably do know that. And I put Mr. Profe at the top of the link, so everybody has to hear you. That's why everybody's watching today, Mr. Profe. All right, so we have a couple questions from the student body, Caden, that we are going to give to Mr. Profe.
All right.
Before we get into our 5 quick questions, the first one is Christopher Conboy, who's one of our students here at Holy Ghost, would like to know what is your favorite number, because it's probably not 7.
Well, I have a couple of favorite numbers. One of them is 360 because 360 has a variety of different applications, and it's one of the numbers that has the most factors that is a multiple of 10. So I definitely like 360. It's a great number. And although they don't think it's the number 7, the number 7 in mathematics is often used to counter-prove many theoretical proofs, so I do enjoy the number 7 from time to time. And my last favorite number would be 25, just because I like it.
Okay, you like 25. So Ian Hendricks, when he checks in, you're going to be happy because he's sporting 25.
Yes, I believe he's in that right now, isn't he?
He is. That is true. Dylan Shee just made the layup to start the second quarter of action. Firebirds, though, turn the ball over there. They lead by 4, 13-9. David Shapansky with you here, along with Caden Stewart and our special guest, Mr. Profe. All right, Mr. Profe, it's time for our quick 5 questions, okay? And before we do that, I do want to say that when you are here at the Chapman Arena to check out the NHS concession stands, which is to the left of the doors when you come in here to the arena. Here's Dylan Sheed underneath for 2 and just missed the end one, but Sheed is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So again, check out the concession stand for pretzels, hot dogs, chips, soda, and much more action here on the Holy Ghost Prep campus. All right, Mr. Profe, quick 5 questions so we can get back to the action here. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right. We're going to start with, as the sound is heard once again, Dylan Sheen makes the first one at the line. It's now 14-9. Who do you think on the basketball team? You have basketball players in your class, right?
I have a lot of basketball.
You do. Okay. Okay, now we'll nix that question. Okay, hold on. 15-9. Favorite candy. We'll start easy here.
We
Favorite
asked this
candy.
last time.
Did I?
Yes. So you
Oh,
should
well,
know
see,
my
I'm
Oh
used
my
with Miss
God.
Fina. What was your answer then?
answer was Reese's Cups, and it still is.
Oh, yeah, that
Reese's
is true.
Cups.
That is true. Okay, I
I
apologize.
questions, David.
Okay, hold on. Here's a 3. 15-12. Quakertown cuts the deficit. All right, we'll start with this then. What is your least favorite city that you visited? We'll start with the negative.
That's a very hard question. How about I go with my favorite city I visited?
Okay, your favorite city that you visited.
I really liked Atlanta when I was down in Atlanta. Boston, Massachusetts is very fun to be in as well. So those are 2 of my favorite cities, but my all-time favorite city, David, as you know, is Pittsburgh. So.
Okay, all right. Favorite, we asked this to Miss Fina the other day, but I want to get more of a variety. I just asked her for favorite soda. Your favorite drink?
My favorite drink is cherry Coca-Cola.
Okay, sure. I have never seen you drink cherry Coca-Cola.
I drink it all the time, just not during school hours.
Okay. All right, Riley to McDermott. Back to Lindsay. Caden, Firebirds, they've done a good job of keeping it even here in the second quarter. We still have 3 more questions, I know. But go ahead, Caden.
They have done an especially good job with being able to hold down turnovers, being able to avoid fouls. No players in foul trouble for either team, but turnovers, the real big issue, have really been solved today.
McDermott back to Lindsay, the fellow juniors, and Mel Lindsay gets the job done, gives the Firebirds a 7-point lead. It's now 19-12. All right, Mr. Profe, favorite color?
Favorite color? Oh, this is a 2-part question. My favorite
A burgundy. Okay. Quakertown commits the offensive foul. Go ahead, Mr. Profi.
I was going to ask, what's your favorite color, David?
My favorite color is blue.
Really?
Just blue.
Plain old blue? No
Plain old
shades?
blue. Light blue is better than other blues.
Okay. What about you, Kaden? What's your favorite color?
Probably Flyers orange.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Speaking of the Flyers, they're getting beat pretty good right now by Buffalo. McGranahan
boy.
went up for the layup. All right, so next question. We still have 2 more here, and we're moving right along. Favorite childhood cartoon?
What was that, David?
Favorite childhood cartoon?
Oh, favorite childhood cartoon?
Or cartoon in general. Doesn't have to be per se childhood.
The Odd Parents. That was always
Oh, what the?
I'm sorry, Mr. Profi. Go ahead.
I said Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
distracted by the game. What was
We
that
were,
last
we
call?
were distracted. McDermott does commit an offensive foul. Or maybe stepped out of bounds, I should say. Here's Longacre, who goes up for the 2, and he did not get the layup, but instead he was fouled. It'll be the Firebirds' 3rd foul. It's on Ian Hendricks. Firebirds, though, still lead 19-12. Caden, favorite childhood cartoon?
I mean, I didn't. To be honest, I didn't watch too many different cartoons, but the one I really liked and I still watch with my little sister. If she wants me to watch it with her, I have to say SpongeBob.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping for that answer, Mr. Profi.
Oh, I'm sorry, David. Couldn't give you
First one at the line for Miles Longacre is good. He'll shoot 1 more. Still have 1 more question, and we'll get to it. Second one is missed. Rebound picked up by Sean McGranahan, and now he goes with speed the other way. Firebirds do have numbers if they rush. Ian Hendricks with the layup. What a move by the junior Ian Hendricks.
number 25 always comes out to be lucky.
All right, that's good. All right, last question for you.
All right.
Okay, favorite summer activity? Thinking warm thoughts here.
Warm thoughts. I love just going down to the Jersey Shore and being on the beach.
Favorite shore spot then?
Shore spot. My
Mel.
Mel Lindsay for 3.
my grandmother has a place in Brigantine that I like to go down and visit her at. So
Okay, well that's great. All right, Mr. Profi. Well, as always, we appreciate you
not too fast,
stopping
David.
by
I have
with
a
us.
question for you.
You have a question for me.
Some potential bonus points on the line.
There's bonus points on the line. Okay.
You're going to give me your prediction for your
Okay.
upcoming big calculus test. How are we going to do? If you're within plus or minus 2 points, I'll give you back a bonus point.
Okay, well, what is it? Okay, so by the way, everybody at home, Mr. Profi, I know this is turning into a talk show here early in the second quarter, but we'll get back to the action here, I promise. Firebirds, though, right now leading by 9. Out there for the Firebirds, it's Riley, McDermott, Graham, Lindsay, and Hendricks. All right, so what I'll say is that how many points? Okay, Mr. Profi teaches me AP Calculus, so that's if you didn't know what class or, I wouldn't expect anybody to know out there. But all right, so what are you grading it out of? How many points?
You know that out of 100.
Okay, all right, so we're sticking to 100. All right.
Stick to 100.
This is okay. We'll
I
go
would
with.
say I would say go for less than you think you're going to get, because then even if you get less than you think you're going to get on the test, it's still 1 more bonus point.
I'm gonna go with an 89.
89. All right,
Yes.
so if you are within 2 points of an 89, we'll find out. I hope you are on the upper end, but I will give you back a bonus point. So let's.
I was going to say 91,
Oh,
but
that's where
I think I'm gonna
say
stick.
91 too. I feel like
All right.
that's where you could be.
Here's a travel. Well, I'm hoping that I can be higher than 91.
Yeah, absolutely. Just make sure you're putting in the studying. You know
All
how
right.
it works.
All right,
All right.
miss-
Well, thank
all
you.
right, this
for
is
having
coming
me
to a
again.
teacher-student lesson here.
Hey, we changed the segment to 5 sometimes fast questions.
Yeah, it's not fast questions at all, to be
No,
honest.
well,
It's
you're the one
not.
who asked them rather slowly.
Okay,
so.
well, I wanted to keep up with the pace of the game.
I know. I'm giving you a
Here's-
hard time, David.
Here's Shane Riley for the mid-range, and it's good. Not good. Missed. Rebound. Mr. Profi, when you're on the broadcast, it's always great. Like, the distractions are made here
I know.
on
Well,
the broadcast.
thank you for having me, and have
Yes.
a great rest of the game.
All right,
okay?
well, thank you, Mr. Profi. Again, to check out the NHS concession stands, and we'll see you maybe in the next one that you're with us here. Thank you, Mr. Profi. All right, Sam Wilkin with the ball for Quakertown. Caden, let's get back to the action.
All right. So 24-15. Ghosts really on a run here. They have not. I think they fouled. They've only fouled once since our last update. I have not turned the ball over. This is
Ruzica
perfect.
misses the 3. Here's Shane Riley for 2.
Ah.
Just missed, and we'll have a foul.
Ah, man.
It's going to go against the Firebirds. It will be their 4th of the game. Firebirds leading by 9. Just over 3 minutes left to play here in this first half of action. At halftime, we'll have Mr. Helsley. I know it's a continued talk show, but we will have Mr. Helsley who will join us for Mount Rushmore, and the topic is still undecided. Quakertown calls timeout, their second of the game. Firebirds lead by 9. We'll see if they could extend that lead here on the other half of this timeout. We'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Firebirds lead 24-15 coming out of this Quakertown timeout.
Yeah.
Firebirds lost their last game 52-51. That was against Penwood. The other night it was a heartbreaking loss. Firebirds, though, I would say they're off to a pretty good start, Caden.
Oh, yeah, definitely a good start. And the one thing I was looking at is you don't have to be too aggressive early because of Quakertown's bad finishing record. But it seems like they've gotten off to a great start. Quakertown hasn't. So either way, it looks like Ghost is going to come out on the plus side of this.
Out there for the Firebirds, it's Riley, Graham, Sylvester, McDermott, and Sheed. And it's Ty Wilkin who has the ball for the visiting Panthers. Back to Wilkin. Wilkin thought about it, being guarded by Sylvester. Wide open was Wilkin. He didn't take the 3. Instead
travel.
goes up for the 2. And he was fouled by Shane Riley. Brendan Ruzica will go to the line to shoot 2. Correction. Team's 5th foul already. And the foul was also on McDermott. First one at the line for Ruzica is off. One more for Ruzica. Next one for Ruzica is good. So he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Firebirds now lead by 8.
See, even with that foul, Ghost is still doing solid. This is only half the fouls they had in the first quarter of the last game, but now a turnover.
McDermott with a dangerous pass.
Oh.
She tried to get a piece of it, smacks the backboard,
High five.
and it didn't go for the Panthers. Now McDermott to Aiden Graham. Graham for 3. Riley had the rebound but lost it, and it went out of bounds, but it will stay with the Firebirds.
That's another thing. Ghost has really improved on their rebounding. A couple of points for this game have come off the rebound. If they did not if they even scored only half of those, it's a whole different game.
Underneath to Riley in the paint. He has the size advantage, and he'll get the job done. Shane Riley gets the layup. Good work there, posterizing Brendan Ruzica. And he'll go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. It's Ruzica's first foul, Quakertown's 5th. And it's good after about 3 bounces. Caden, Firebirds now lead by 11.
Quakertown fans, but those kids are awesome.
They're loud.
Yeah.
Sam Wilkin now crossing half court with his brother Ty Wilkin. Rosenberger back out to Ty Wilkin. Wilkin trying to get it to his brother. Good defense here by the Firebirds and Aiden Graham. Now Sam makes a move, but Graham stays right with him. Underneath to Longacre. Longacre goes up for the contested 2. Good defense. Almost getting pickpocketed was Riley, and he did. Rosenberger now has it. Back to Sam Wilkins. Sam for 2, and he makes the deuce. It's the mid-range. Firebirds again getting sloppy with the turnovers.
So they cannot choke this lead just yet. It's only a 9-point cushion, which seems like a lot, but turnovers can change that into just almost with them being down very fast.
What a move by Shane Riley. Firebirds once again up by 11. That was beautiful. Riley now starting to get hot. Back to Ty Wilkin. Riley did lead the game in scoring the other day for the Firebirds against Penwood. He had 18 in the 1-point loss the other day. Sean McGranahan about to check in for the Firebirds, and looks like Vince McCucci also about to check in for Panthers. Actually, correction, I didn't see the double one. It's just Anthony Callan will check in for Quakertown. McDermott checks out for HGP. 1 minute, 17 seconds left to play. And we'll have a foul here. It's going to stay with Quakertown. It's on the floor. The foul is against Sean McGranahan. And it will be a 1-and-1 coming up here for Quakertown. And Anthony Cowan, the 6'2 sophomore, with a chance to cut the deficit into single digits. First one at the line for Cowan is missed, so he won't get an opportunity at another one. Rebound by Ryan Sylvester, who springs McGranahan. McGranahan being double-teamed back to Graham in the corner. Good bounce pass. It's off the leg of McGranahan, who was cutting towards the basket. 60 seconds left to play here in the first half. Firebirds lead by 11. Sheed slows down the pace. Not in no hurry are the Firebirds. Back to Riley. To Graham. Graham being guarded by Wilkin. To Sheed. Sheed to Riley. And Sheed pushes down Wilkin. We'll see who the foul is against here. They kind of collided. And the foul is against Ty Wilkin. And the Firebirds will now go to the line.
So it looks like
No, they will not. It's a floor foul. Good.
So it looks like just a simple collision. That's the one thing I hate about being in a referee situation is because it's really hard to call a foul in that situation. No one was really flagrant with it.
Shane Riley for 3. And Quakertown calls. Well, they called timeout. That was a weird whistle there.
Maybe.
But it's the 3 nonetheless, Caden. Weird things happening.
I mean, we just see a mistaken whistle in the NFL playoffs last week with the Raiders and Bengals, so maybe no one happened here.
30 seconds. Panthers trying to cross half court. Good defense by the Firebirds. It's still Ty Wilkin, and he traveled. Firebirds will take over with just 26 seconds, and it's been all HGP here in the second quarter.
And this is the exact right way that Ghost wanted to end the half. All the momentum, make Quakertown think that they're not doing well, which they, to be honest, they really aren't. But if Ghost can get a few more points right here at the end, it's almost an insurmountable deficit here for Quakertown this late.
Graham got his pass tipped, but it stays with Riley, and we'll have a foul. Looks like it will be against Ty Wilkin. It was tipped by Ty Wilkin, the pass, but it still got to Shane Riley. 2 at the line for Shane Riley, or it's 1-and-1. 1-and-1 for Shane Riley. Will be 2 if he makes the first one, which is the hope, and he does. So another opportunity for Shane Riley. Now it's a 15-point lead for HGP. Both teams have now committed 7 fouls. Again, stay tuned for halftime for a halftime report and Mount Rushmore with Mr. Helsley. That one off the back of the rim. McGranahan, 7 seconds to Riley, who cuts in the paint, and he is fouled.
No, offensive foul.
Offensive foul. 3 seconds left to play. It's against Shane Riley. It is an offensive foul, as Caden said. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Just 3.8 seconds. Quakertown pretty much going to have to release here soon. And they do. It's Sam Wilkin for 3 if it goes. It was near half court, and it did not, luckily, for the Firebirds. And that will do it. At the end of the first half, the Firebirds leading by 15. It's 33-18, all HGP in that second quarter. We'll get the top scorers for the half, and we'll also talk with Mr. Helsley for a game of Mount Rushmore coming up. Stay tuned here to the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. All right, everybody, welcome here to the Halftime Report. David Shapansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart. We're about to play Mount Rushmore with Mr. Helsley again, our second time doing it. It's going to become an annual thing, hopefully. But before we do that, Mr. Helsley will be with us in just a second. Going to talk about halftime stats. The Firebirds leading by a score of 33-18. As we said before we went into quick intermission, the Firebirds really had a good first half, especially in that second quarter, Caden. And kind of initial thoughts of that first half, really.
I think it was a great improvement from the past 2 games. Although they did have a bunch of fouls, the turnovers definitely were substantially less and really helped us go to the 15-point lead. If we had double the turnovers we had, which is what we usually did, this game was a whole different story, and Ghost may not have as much momentum going into the second half, if any.
Yeah, and that's turnovers have been a problem for the Firebirds, again, with some sloppy passes, but they did fix that up somewhat towards the end of that second quarter, and they'll look to extend that lead here against Quakertown coming up in the second half. All right, well, the leading scorers for the Firebirds coming out of the break, Mel Lindsay has 10. He's the leading scorer for the Firebirds. Shane Riley is second. He has 9. And the leading scorer overall in the game is Sam Wilkin. He has 12 for the Quakertown Panthers. Mr. Helsley will be joining us coming up in about 60 seconds. Stay tuned to the Halftime Report. We'll be right back. Firebirds leading 33-18. Okay, well, it's everybody's favorite time of the broadcast, and it's time for Mount Rushmore with Mr. Helsley here at halftime, so a little halftime entertainment. The other day, which was the debut of Mount Rushmore, we talked about the 76ers. We understood the rules from the start, from the get-go. We were good. So Caden, David, and Mr. Helsley, we're going to play Mount Rushmore. Today's topic is Philadelphia Phillies Mount Rushmore. So we're the kind of the objective here, which Mr. Helsley could probably explain better than I can, will be we'll each say 4 players. We cannot repeat our top 4 players that Phillies all time. Okay, all time Phillies. All right, I'm going to start today, and you started. Mr. Helsley started classic last time. He went original right off the bat. Right, he went Allen Iverson right off the bat. Started it real easy. All right. So I'm going to start it real easy with Mr. Obvious. I'm going to go Mike Schmidt to start it. How can you not go Schmitty?
It's a good choice. It's a good choice, Mike Schmidt. All right, my number 1 Mount Rushmore, my favorite Philly of all time. My favorite Philly, Jimmy Rollins.
Okay.
Jimmy Rollins is my number 1.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Absolutely, he's a Hall of Famer. Yes,
okay.
I think so. I think he might get some tough feedback on that, but hopefully at some point he'll be a Hall of Famer.
All right, Caden, you're number 1.
Just for the record, I have met Jimmy Rollins in person. He's a very nice guy. I have him on my top list as well. But as a pitcher, my all-time favorite player is Steve Carlton. Just because he's a classic guy. I always look at him for training videos and stuff like that. I always like to see how he threw. And that's how I like to play my game.
All right, that's fair. I'm going to go with the pitcher, too, next. I'm going to go with Tug McGraw, the tugboat.
That's a good one.
For number 2.
Tug's a good one. Tug's a good one. All right, I'm going to bring it back a little new. He's a new Philly, relatively new Philly, but I absolutely love him. I think he plays hard. You know, the MVP himself, I'm going Bryce Harper.
All right.
Bryce Harper will be here for 10 years. He's going to go into the Hall of Fame as a Philly. He's going to get us a World Series. I believe it, so I'm going Bryce Harper, number 2.
When's the World Series prediction?
Within the next 3 years.
Can it be this year?
I don't think it'll be this year, but I think within the next 3 years, I think he'll get a World Series.
Okay. All right, well, you hurt my hope there a little bit, Mr. Helsley. All right, Caden, go ahead. Number 2 we're on. 2. Yeah, go ahead. We only have 5 minutes up, but go ahead, Caden.
Coincidentally, this one's my second favorite Philly, relatively current. His hustle was unbeatable. On a fly out, he'd be already at second base, and that is Chase Utley.
Okay, Chase Utley. That's a good one. All right, so I'm going to continue with the trio. You said Rollins. Mr. Helsley said Rollins. Caden said Utley, and I'm going to go with the big piece. My favorite Philly of all time, Ryan Howard. How could you not love Ryan?
Piece is a good one. I like
Nobody
that
got CBP more excited. Well, maybe Harper, but then Ryan Howard. That's my number 3.
All right, I like that. So I'm pulling more from the 08 Phils. One of my favorite Phillies of all time, Cole Hamels.
All right.
Cole
I like
Hamels
that
has
one.
to be on this Mount Rushmore. I remember when he started as a rookie, and then all through his whole career, I'm going Cole Hamels.
Okay. Go ahead, Caden.
I'm going to go with someone who came onto the team in 2009, right after it. I forget his nickname, but again, another pitcher, Roy Halladay.
Okay, that's
Doc.
who I was going to go
Doc
with.
Halladay.
Doc, thank you.
All right, yeah, playoff no-hitter. Against the Reds, one of the best moments of Phillies time. All right, so I'm gonna end it. Future. I'm doing future again to end it here. Number 4, my future favorite Philly of all time. None other than the best prospect in all of Major League Baseball, Bryson Stott. Get to know his name, everybody. Going to be very good for a long, long
Bryson
time.
Stott
That's
is
my
gonna
number
be-
4. That's the future.
Bryson
The
Stott and
future.
Bryce Harper are buddies.
That's right.
They're pals.
Las
They're gonna
Vegas.
be a couple years. They're gonna be in the same field together. All right, my
If
last.
Dave Dombrowski doesn't trade him. Go ahead.
Hopefully. All right, my last Mount Rushmore for Phillies all time. This is a tough one, but I gotta go Jason Worth. I love Jason Worth.
Okay.
I think he plays hard.
Oh.
You know, that swing, that hair, that beard. I love it. As a fellow beard guy, I love Jason Worth. He was one of my
We'll
all-time
ignore the
favorites.
trader aspect.
That's
We'll-
all right. But,
All right.
you
All right,
know,
Caden.
part of the business.
All right, Caden, end us here for Mount Rushmore.
My last one is my favorite nickname in the history of the MLB, the Flying Hawaiian, Shane Victorino.
How can you not love Shane Victorino?
He also went to the Red Sox. What do you got to say about him, David? He went.
Yeah, but
won a
see,
World
his
Series
time,
in
his,
Boston.
his
But he
time
still
was
res-
done
he-
with us.
But he still
His
respected
time,
the Phillies.
That's fair.
He
That's
came,
a fair
he
point.
came back. Gave him a standing
Yeah.
ovation. He applauded us too. It's just I always love seeing former Phillies come back.
I'll give you that. Can we do a quick recap of everybody's
Yeah,
top
we'll do
4?
a recap. I said Schmidt, Tug McGraw, Ryan Howard, and Bryson Stott.
All right. I got Rollins, Harper, Hamels, and Worth.
I
Hate 'em.
had Steve Carlton, Shane Victorino, Roy Halladay, and who was the last
Chase.
guy? Chase, thank you.
Chase,
Chase
yep.
Utley.
All right, well, Mr. Husley, we're going to end it on a positive note. 2022 World Series champions.
All right, let's lock it in
Thank
right
you.
now. I like it. Thanks, guys. It was fun.
All right, Mr. Husley, we will see you on the 27th, I think, which I don't know what day of the week that is, but we'll find out. All right, 2 minutes left to go here in the halftime between Quakertown and your Firebirds. We'll have more action on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. That's been the halftime report. David Chabansky and Caden Stewart. We'll see you in just 2 minutes. Welcome back here, everybody, to the Chapman Arena. David Chapansky with you here, along with Caden Stewart. It's been a good one so far between the Firebirds and the visiting Quakertown High School Panthers. Firebirds trying to get their 6th win on the season, as they lead 33-18, lead by 15. And Caden, Firebirds, they played much better in that second quarter. And how can they kind of push their way to the finish line and get over this little hump they've had in the schedule?
I would say just simply keep doing what you're doing. They only had 7 fouls in the first half, which sounds like a lot, but it really isn't for them this season. The turnovers also were held to a very minimum. I think they only had about 5, maybe even less. They did not give too many points up to Quakertown, but they were able to get points themselves. They had a lot of help with multiple different players, including Mel Lindsay, who I think is going to continue to have a good second half, and it's going to be exciting to see it.
Yeah, Mel Lindsay leading the Firebirds with 10 points. Shane Riley has 9, and the overall leading scorer of the game is Sam Wilkin for Quakertown. He has 12. Out there for the Firebirds, it's Shane Riley, Mel Lindsay, Ryan Sylvester, Aiden Graham, and Dylan Sheed. So we get started. Quakertown with the ball to start the second half, and just like that, we're rolling here, right on time, 3:16. Wilkin with the ball out of the half. Back to Tomlinson. Tomlinson fakes. Lindsay guarding him. Wilkin now being guarded by Graham. Sam Wilkin, the 6'2 freshman. He's been electric so far here in this first half. Firebirds going to try to limit his point production. Tomlinson, underneath pass to Ruzicka, and it's blocked. And it will stay with Quakertown.
So once again, even though it was off of him, Mel Lindsay making his presence known in the paint.
To Tomlinson. Tomlinson, there's a contested 2 taken by Wilkin, and it hits off the backboard. Here's Aiden Graham going the other way to Ryan Sylvester. Sylvester makes a move, tried to get it to Sheed, who was open in the corner, but instead it bounces to our trainer, Jeff Jacoby. Quakertown coming into this game 5-10. They're already playing their 16th game. Firebirds are just in their 12th, trying to get back to 500. Rosenberger back to Ruzicka. Ruzicka to Wilkin. Wilkin, Sam drives, gets around Graham, and he is fouled. Looks like the foul will come against Mel Lindsay. Mel can't believe it, but he did commit the foul according to the ref. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream coming up at 4 p.m. today, which we will not be streaming, but just that it's the alumni game. That will be at 4 p.m. today after this one. And also, again, as a reminder, if I can pull up the announcement that I had to read. And we'll see what the call is here. Firebirds leading by 13. And Caden, it's not a good time as any to read the ad we have here. This Sunday, January 23rd. So tomorrow is the last day to register for the Holy Ghost Prep Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday, January 29th at the Ben Salem Township Country Club. Firebirds turn it over. Quakertown will inbound, and you can register by visiting holyghostprep.org/Hall of Fame. Again, that's holyghostprep.org/Hall of Fame for the Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony next Saturday, January 29th, 1 week from today, and tomorrow is your last day to sign up. Firebirds go the other way. They spring Aiden Graham. Graham drives towards the net. Here's Shane Riley. It's for 3, and it's good. Shane Riley, nothing but net. Firebirds lead by 16, Caden.
So again, just continuing that momentum throughout the game. Absolutely awesome. Everyone's still getting those 3-point shots off and still getting more points. Just keep piling it on. Don't let up to the very end.
Wilkin with the mid-range and bounces off the front of the net. Didn't quite have enough. Firebirds fighting for it on the floor. And we will go the other way. Firebirds will take over. Good hustle there by Ryan Sylvester. Holy Ghost Prep is going to call timeout. Firebirds will have the ball coming out of the timeout. And we'll be right back here on the Holy Ghost Prep YouTube channel. Firebirds extending their lead. It's 16 against the visiting Quakertown High School Panthers. Hope everybody is enjoying some Saturday afternoon hoops here in the Chapman Arena. Firebirds trying to snap their losing streak, and they're off to a very good start here. Just more than 2 quarters into this one. They lead by 16 over Quakertown. Here's Sean McGranahan for the layup. McGranahan makes it look easy. Firebirds up by 18.
So again, they just keep going. They keep attacking the paint. They keep attacking the rim. The more shots you get off, the more points you're going to get.
Wilkin over to Ruzicka. Ruzicka being double-teamed by Riley and Sylvester. There's Makuchi over to Sam Wilkin. Wilkin makes a nice move, gets around Sylvester. A couple Firebirds fighting for it, but staying with it the whole way. Good hustle by Ethan Tomlinson. Cuts the deficit to 16. Shane Riley faking it out. Now making a move, and what a move by Shane Riley. He just does that move so good, and he now has 11 on the day.
So it goes offense again. They continue to pound. They're not turning the ball over, not committing any offensive fouls, and that will continue to bring the momentum their way.
Sam Wilkin, the 6'2 freshman, has been the best player for Quakertown so far in this one. Rosenberger in the corner being guarded by Riley. Underneath to Ruzica. Ruzica trying to get around Sylvester. Good play by Ryan, but it stays with the Panthers. Wilkin wide open for three. Misses again. Firebirds fighting for the rebound. Wilkin falls down to the ground, and it will stay with Quakertown, I believe.
Looks like Quakertown.
Inbounding will be Mikuchi. Mikuchi to Wilkin. There's a three taken from Ruzica. Bounces off the back of the rim. And walking is Shane Riley.
That's another one of those silly mistakes. And it shouldn't be too costly here. But again, you still want to cut those out, even if costly or not.
Here's Sam Wilkin. It's for three if it goes. This one is in and out. That rim has not been nice to either team today.
No, it's not.
Here's Ryan Sylvester looking maybe cross court. Underneath, good pass by McGranahan. Tried to hit Sylvester, but it bounced off Sylvester's chest. Is number 31, and the Panthers take over the other way.
It's like Quakertown definitely not rolling over, as you can see. More great defense on that side, preventing more points from Holy Ghost Prep. They just can't let that go to their head.
Halfway through this third quarter, it's lost.
There you
Dylan Sheed has a number the other way. Yes, Sylvester, but
Nice.
Sheed does it himself. Dylan Sheed makes it look easy with the steal and the bucket. 20-point lead for HGP. Mikuchi gets around, thinking about the three was Wilkin, and he walks. Sam Wilkin travels. That's really the first mistake of the day for Sam Wilkin. McDermott checks in for HGP. Wilkin checks out for Quakertown.
And even Ghost bench players doing good with their starters. They're really complimenting them, making the starters feel like they don't have any obligation to do great.
Ryan Sylvester for
Good
three.
rebounds.
Yes, very good rebound by Graham. Here's Sheed for a mid-range
Nice.
two, and it's good. Dylan Sheed has activated the 2K badge of on fire right now.
And that's exactly why rebounds are important. That's exactly why Ghost wasn't winning these past two games. Just keep up the rebounds, and you'll be fine.
It's so fun to see when Dylan really turns it on and gets to the highest of his game, because he can make them at an alarming rate. Mikuchi, and he's stolen. Here's Sheed again the other way. Dylan on a roll, and he is fouled. And Sheed will go to the line to shoot two. All over the floor right now for Dylan Sheed, offensively and defensively. Foul for Quakertown is against Vince Mikuchi. Ian Hendricks is about to check in after this free throw shot by Dylan Sheed, and misses off the front of the rim. Sylvester checks out for Coach Chapman's Firebirds. Ian Hendricks checks in. Out there for the Firebirds, it's Hendricks, McGranahan, Sheed, McDermott, and Graham. Sheed goes 1 for 2 at the line, and now Colin Todd is going to check in for HGP. Aiden Graham is going to take a seat on the bench, at least for a couple moments. Firebirds have extended their lead to 23, Caden.
We apologize for anyone with weak eardrums in the background with the screaming. But again, Holy Ghost looking good. They get another point, and Quakertown with another turnover.
Half-court issues for the Panthers. HGP going to take over. Sheed will inbound. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. We do want to apologize for not being able to stream JV today. We had some issues tech-wise, and we'll have an offensive foul here against Sean McGranahan.
A little bit of a close foul. I'm not going to make too much of a judgment on that. Could have gone either way.
Brendan Ruzica takes the charge. It's McGranahan's second. It's the team's second. Anthony Callan and Owen Menzick is going to check in for Quakertown. So Quakertown changing up their lineup. Caden, here's a pass almost intercepted by McGranahan, but it's Mikuchi who finds a way to have it. Backing up, there's a three in the corner, wide open for Menzick, who just checked into the game. Good rebound by the Firebirds. As you said, Caden, Firebirds need to keep up good rebounding. Here's Dylan Sheed, and he walked. He thought about taking a three, and that hesitation got him there for the travel.
So it's another minor silly mistake. As long as I can get those out, we'll be fine.
Here's Mikuchi, the 6'1 sophomore. Quakertown trying to get it past the half-court logo, and this goes right off the hands of Miles Longacre. Unfortunate play there for Quakertown, but Caden, we will take it.
Yep. So again, it seems like it's a complete switch of roles. Quakertown not making all the mistakes.
Sean McGranahan fakes the three, back out
Wide
to
open.
Seamus McDermott. McDermott hits for three,
Nice.
and it's good. Seamus needed that one and gets it. He was close the other day. And Firebirds now lead by 26.
This is an
Good
absolute
defense
rout.
by HGP, and we'll have a foul here against McGranahan. It'll be his third. Taking the foul is Miles Longacre. So, last night's Sixers, Caden, disappointing against the Clippers.
Extremely.
Very disappointing. They had it. They had
Yeah.
it. It's kind of like the game against Penwood the other night. We thought we had it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it did not turn out to be that way. Tomlinson to Mikuchi. Mikuchi being guarded by Mark Tomasetti, who checks into the game for the first time today. Mikuchi, good job by Tomasetti to stick with Mikuchi, and Tomasetti comes away with it, but still fighting for it. Quakertown is able to get it on the other side of half court. So Vince Mikuchi stays with it. 90 seconds up to play here in the third quarter. Slowing down the pace is Quakertown just a little bit. It's Menzak over in the corner. Menzak keeps it as Longacre to his left. To Mikuchi. Mikuchi being guarded by Colin Todd. A screen set there by Tomlinson. Menzak back to Mikuchi. Jumping was Todd. Back to Menzak. Good defense by HGP. Longacre gets around a Firebird. But two Firebirds fall, Hendricks and McGranahan. And even with that collision, the Firebirds will take over.
It's weird the similarities between that Ghost game and the Sixers game because our players actually play, unlike Ben Simmons.
Noah McDermott going to check in for Sean McGranahan. So a bunch of juniors out there right now for the Firebirds. It's an all-junior lineup. It's Tomasetti, McDermott, Colin Todd, Ian Hendricks, and Noah McDermott. Noah and Seamus are not brothers. Tomasetti goes up for the layup, and he is fouled. Looks like Tomlinson commits the foul.
So it's exciting to see all these all junior lineups on. Even in like blowout situations like this, it's still interesting to see what they can do because they're the future of the Holy Ghost Prep basketball next year when all the seniors retire, or I should say graduate.
Two at the line for Tomasetti. First one is good. Firebirds now lead by 27. And now Jason Brown is going to check in. Ian Hendricks is not going to check out. Not quite sure who came out there. It was Seamus, it looked like. Second one at the line is good for Tomasetti. So he's perfect, and it stays an all-junior lineup, Caden. It's the future.
Yep.
Vince Mikuchi crosses the Firebirds logo, being guarded by Ian Hendricks. Mikuchi, the sophomore, makes the move towards the basket, and he gets it to go. He'll also shoot one at the line. Good basket by Vince Mikuchi. Foul is against Ian Hendricks. It's his second, team's fourth of the half. Trying to make it a three-point play will be Vince Mikuchi. David Shabansky with you here, the voice of the Firebirds, along with Caden Stewart. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream.
Defense.
Getting the rebound was Tomlinson, but good defensive play there by Colin Todd. Here's Tomasetti with speed, gives it off to Jason Brown. Brown tried to get the pass to Hendricks, but Quakertown now has speed the other way. Mikuchi, who is starting to turn on the Jets, is fouled as he went up for the layup, and he'll go to the line to shoot two more.
It's amazing that this late in the game, Holy Ghost is consistently doubling up Quakertown's score.
It's against Colin Todd, fifth overall foul for the team here in the half. 19.7 seconds. First one at the line is missed. One more for Vince Mikuchi. Firebirds leading by 26. They've more than doubled Quakertown's score. Comes into this game 5-10. Firebirds trying to get back to 500. Second one is also missed. Firebirds need a rebound, and they get it. It's the tall Jason Brown who comes away with it to Tomasetti. Tomasetti uses his speed, gives it off to Hendricks, who was wide open but bobbled it for a second. Back to Brown. Brown at the top of the key to Ian Hendricks. And just missed. Didn't have enough. Hendricks
Once again, rebound.
gets his own rebound, as Caden said, and gets the deuce to go. At the end of 3 quarters, Firebirds lead 52-24. A really good third quarter there for the Firebirds.
You can say that again.
And it's a blowout now for HGP. All Holy Ghost. And they'll get one more quarter to try to add to their lead here on this Saturday matinee. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay with us. We still have more action, including the fourth quarter and a end of the game post-time show. We'll be right back. Well, it's time for fourth quarter action. Caden, just 8 more minutes here in this one between the Firebirds and the Quakertown High School Panthers. James Cahill will inbound to Jason Brown. Brown lost it for a second, being double-teamed by the Road Blue jerseys, and we'll have a push foul here coming up against a Quakertown Panther. David Chabansky with you here along with Caden Stewart, and we're glad to be with you. We want to thank all of our interviews today that we had. Mr. Helsley coming on, joining us for a game of Mount Rushmore, talking Phillies. You can rewatch that back for halftime. Colin Todd to Cahill, back to Brown. Brown to Tomasetti. It's for 3, and it's good. Tomasetti. Mark Tomasetti. And we also want to thank Mr. Profe, who joined us for 5, as you would say, Caden. Not quick questions.
Nope.
Not quick. Not quick. That was my fault, though, but we wanted to at least stay somewhat up to date with the game. Pretty good crowd on tap today here for this one.
Yeah, and we should be seeing another big one on Thursday night. We're off
Yes.
school on Friday, so hopefully a lot of people show up.
We are off on Friday, all the student body. Yeah, on Thursday night, it's against, Matt told me, I know JV is against Devin Truman. Thank you, Caden. Holy Ghost Prep will take over. It's not an all-junior lineup anymore. James Cahill's out there for the Firebirds, a senior. He's out there along with Tomasetti, McDermott, and Jason Brown. Dan Raxis is going to check in for the first time this game. So he's out there with Cahill, Tomasetti, Noah McDermott, and Jason Brown.
One impressive stat here that could happen. If Ghost scores 7 more points in the fourth quarter, they will have double-digit points in every quarter today.
All right. Something to look forward to.
Oh.
Tomasetti loses the ball, but it will stay with HGP. McDermott will inbound. Noah, that is. Quakertown's next game will be against Cheltenham. That'll be on Tuesday. They've had back-to-back games. They played last night again against Lower Moreland. They won that game, did the Panthers. McDermott to Raxis. Raxis being guarded by Longacre, back to Tomasetti. Tomasetti to Noah McDermott. Good bounce pass to Jason Brown. He gets rid of it. Tomasetti uses his speed to his advantage, goes for the mid-range, and hits nothing but net. Mark Tomasetti now is on fire. 5 straight points for the junior.
I know it was just one game I've really seen him in. Mark Tomasetti will be a force to be reckoned with later this year and most likely next year.
Here's Tomlinson, who goes up for the basket. He will get the 2, and he'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play. Foul is on Jason Brown. It's his second, team 7th, and Caden starting to get up there in foul trouble for both teams.
Yeah.
Tomasetti will take a break, and Colin Todd going to check in, fellow junior for HGP. First one at the line, and the only one at the line is good for Tomlinson. 3-point play, and Firebirds now lead by 30. Here's Jason Brown. He had it all his way, and he is fouled. What a momentum changer there for Jason Brown. He just went straight to the basket and used his big body to his advantage.
I mean, that's what's really important for players like as tall as he is, 6'5", to really get in there and be physical.
First one at the line for Brown is good after a couple bounces. Tomasetti going to check back in for HGP. Noah McDermott will check out. Firebirds made a lot of substitutions, a lot of lineup changes here recently, plugging players in and out, has Coach Chapman. Second one is missed, so Brown goes 1 for 2 at the line. Here's Menzak in the away blue jerseys for the visiting Panthers. To Longacre. Longacre, Makuchi underneath to Tomlinson. He was triple teamed almost. And here's Dan Raxis. He has numbers. Raxis going the other way, and it's good. Dan Raxis gets the bucket, and the Firebirds now lead by 33.
This is absolutely insane. And even the bench players, or usual bench players, are scoring points. That's how you know it's a really good game.
Here's Makuchi being guarded by Cahill. Makuchi gets around Cahill, back out for 3. It's wide open for Menzak, but that one barely hit the net. Good rebound by Colin Todd. There's James Cahill to his left. Just 4 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. We will have a post-time show and interview with the player of the game. Cahill steals it after it was shortly stolen by Longacre. Good hustle by James Cahill, Caden.
Very good hustle by Cahill. Even though it's kind of garbage time at this point, Cahill, again, showing some strength and showing pride in his team.
Beautiful hustle there by Cahill. Tomasetti trying to get around Menzak. He goes to work. Colin Todd now makes a move at the top of the key and throws it into the stands. Hopefully everybody's okay down there. Looks like it hit the bleacher.
Just call him Kirk Cousins.
Jason Brown checks out. Noah McDermott checks in. So out there for the Firebirds, it's Cahill, Tomasetti, Noah McDermott, Colin Todd, and Dan Raxness. Makuchi running the point for Quakertown. 3 minutes left to play. Being guarded by Cahill. Over to Menzak. Menzak going to work against Cahill underneath to Tomlinson, and he is fouled. Looks like the foul will go against Colin Todd. It was a push. It may not be against Todd. It is against Colin Todd. It's his second, team's 8th, Caden.
Again, a little bit more foul trouble. Obviously, it's not going to cause Coley Ghost much at this point.
Yes,
but still, it's still something to build off of for the next game.
Jason Brown checks in for the Firebirds. Again, next game for HGP will be on the 27th. That will be against Truman. And we'll have that game for you on a Thursday afternoon. That will be at 6:30 p.m. here at the Chapman Arena. Firebirds, though, do have a game in between then. That's away at Pottstown at 6:45 on 1/24. That's Monday. You can stay up to date with the team following us at HGP Athletics on Twitter. That's all one word, and the HGP is capitalized. And you can also follow us on Instagram at HGP SGA. That's our student-run page, which I am updating, and that's all undercase, HGP SGA on Instagram.
And the quick subject of Pottstown, make sure to check out the Poorhouse if anyone's going. Best pizza ever.
Best pizza ever. What's it called?
The Poorhouse.
The Porthouse?
Yeah, Pourhouse.
Foul is against Jason Brown. It's the team's 9th.
It's a family-owned business by my uncle, so it may not be that much. Very popular.
Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the stream. Less than 2 minutes left to play, and at this point, I think everybody just wants to end this one. It's been a long week.
Yeah, it certainly has. It goes ending it on a good note.
Razika takes the 3. It's off. Noah McDermott now comes away with the rebound. McDermott being guarded at Quakertown underneath to Dan Raxness. Just missed the layup. Firebirds fight for a rebound, and it's Raxness who gets it. Cahill drives towards the net. He is fouled. So Cahill will go to the line. Flyers lost. Not a shocker. It's now 11 straight. First one at the line for James Cahill is good. He'll shoot one more. Firebirds leading by 32. They make this one, it will be tied for their longest lead of the day. And it's good. 33. Firebirds will get their 6th win of the year and improve to 500. We'll see when the seeding comes out on Monday. They were 7th before the loss to Penwood. In the corner, Quakertown trying to get some last-second points.
Steal.
Firebirds have numbers somewhat. It's actually a 2-on-2. Cahill
Oh.
faking it out. Back to Colin Todd. Todd to Tomasetti, who's able to corral the pass.
Uh-oh.
Did lose it, and Quakertown now has it. It's Mikuchi who goes up for the 2, and he is fouled. Foul will either be on Noah McDermott or James Cahill. Looked like the foul, though, was on James Cahill.
James Cahill is first. He's 10th.
First one at the line for Mikuchi is good. One more at the line for Mikuchi, and it's also good. Perfect for Vince Mikuchi. Back to a 31-point lead. Firebirds have doubled. 10 seconds left to play, and that will do it. Cahill looks like he will hold on to it. Just 6 seconds left to play. And the Firebirds dominate the Panthers here in this one. They win by 31, Caden.
Wow.
31.
Exactly double the score. Look at that.
All right, well, we will be back here to wrap things up in the halftime show. David Shapansky, Caden Stewart will be back with our player of the game. Firebirds win 62-31. We'll be right back.
Wow.
Well, welcome back here, everybody. We're into the post-game show. David Shapansky with you here, along with Caden Stewart. Caden, it was a good one today. It was better than the Penwood game. We're not going home sad. Firebirds
Yes,
win
it
by
was.
31.
It was absolute slaughter. Ghost had control of it all the way from the start of the second quarter to the very end of the game. Absolutely unbelievable. The bench players are scoring points, and it's always a good momentum game. Like when the bench players are scoring points and you're able to get them out into the floor, it really makes your players feel happy and confident about yourselves, especially going into a somewhat tough game on Thursday night.
Yeah, and hopefully Thursday we can continue the winning. We're going to build a winning streak, Caden. We're going to build
All
it.
right, all right.
Hopefully. Thursday, again, JV will play Devon Prep, and Varsity will play Truman at 6:30. I think 6:30 p.m.
I believe 6:30.
6:30 p.m. Thank you, Matt, to our producer. Player of the game, Caden, points-wise and really overall, is Shane Riley. He didn't play much of the second half because it was a blowout, but in the time that he was in, got 14 points. He led the team in scoring the other night, leads it again, and he'll be joining us in just a couple minutes. Kind of your thoughts on Shane and just kind of the starting lineup, not having to play too much in the second half.
I think Shane Riley really he did step up. We needed a big player to step up, and Riley and also Mel Lindsay really filled the shoes of that position. And I think having those two at the helm really was the reason why we blew him out by so much.
Yeah, and Mel had a good game too, as you were pointing out, Caden, and it was good to see the bench players get involved. You know, there was many different players that came together for this effort. There was good energy in the building, and most importantly, and we'll talk to Shane a little bit about this, is kind of building back that confidence.
Yeah.
They've hit that road bump, but you know you're still in hands to go to the playoffs, and you want to keep that up and continue to make headway towards a higher seeding.
Yeah, yes, you do. And it's going to, like you said before with the seeding, these playoffs are really going to come down in games like this. You really want to pull off as many wins as you possibly can Quakertown, like all due respect, was not one of the best teams in the league. They didn't have as much to play for as that Holy Ghost did, and Ghost really did play for it, and they muscled their way all the way to the end.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break here on the post-game show. We're going to wait for Shane to come up. We'll give him a couple moments, and then we'll talk to Shane Riley, our player of the game. We're at 14 points, and we'll wrap this one up. Firebirds win by 31. They double the score of Quakertown and improve to 6-6. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back here to the post-game show. Let's end this one on a high note. Firebirds win 62-31, and Aiden Graham is actually going to join us. Caden Stewart, David Shapansky with you here. All right, so I got the first question, then Caden, if you got one, you can ask. How does it feel gaining back confidence? It was a rough stretch in the schedule, but this was a big win against Quakertown, and hopefully that can kind of build confidence going forward. Kind of give us your takeaway.
So we started off really slow. We had a talk earlier this week that we wanted to change around for the second half of the season, and that's a great way to do it. We're coming out hot this game, and yeah, pretty much that's it.
All righty. Well, Shane is actually with us. Do you want to join us, Shane?
Yeah, I'll join.
Okay, you're going to join us. All right, perfect. So I asked Aiden the question, but if you want to answer too, you can. Kind of building confidence, and that happened in this game, hopefully. Talk a little bit about kind of the speech maybe by Coach Chapman or anything that kind of boosted you guys. How is this win going to help you in the second half?
He just told us about teams in the past that started off slow and picked it up. I feel like that inspired us. And getting up and down the court definitely helps, too.
True, and you guys didn't really have to play too much in the second half, so you got to rest a little bit. All right, Caden, you got a question for these guys?
Oh, yeah, I have a question for both of you. So at the end of the game, you were able to get some guys that are usually on the bench into the game. How much of a happiness does that bring your team? And how much momentum does that bring you going into Thursday?
Oh, wait, can you say the question again?
So with the players that are usually on the bench and they're able to come in the game and score some points, does that give you any more confidence and maybe you have a deep bench? And does that how much happier does that make you feel?
Yeah, it feels great because these guys work hard every day in practice, and people really don't get to see that, but they come out today and proved it.
Pretty much what he said. They make us better in practice every day. So before the beginning of the third quarter, I was like, we should come out hot. Let these guys get in the game. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
All right, last question. I don't know if you probably know this, but Mrs. Gear's son, Liam, has given you the name Graham Cracker, and I've used it. What's your opinion on the nickname?
I actually love it. I
You love
enjoyed
it?
last year, enjoyed
All
it
right.
this year.
All right, that's good. Shane, do you want a nickname you want to be called, or are you just good with Shane
I'm
Riley?
just fine with Shane Riley.
You're good with Shane Riley.
Yeah, has
All
a
right.
little ring to it.
All right. Thanks, Shane. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thanks, Shane and Aiden. Shane with the leading score for the Firebirds with 14. And in just a moment, we'll be back to completely wrap it up here on this Saturday. Firebirds win by 31 and blow out Quakertown. We'll be right back. All right, everybody. Well, it's time to end it, and begin this the weekend for sure. It's been a long week here on the campus, but it's been a good week. A lot of events, and the alumni game is actually coming up next here at the Chapman Arena, which I think is what some people are waiting on, and we're going to clear out here in just a moment. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Caden is talking to some people, so that's fine. But I'm going to wrap it up here by myself. I want to give a thank you to Mr. Jacobs, to Matt, our producer and tech. I usually like to do it every game to thank Matt because he deserves a lot of credit for putting together the stream. And I forgot last game, and I felt really bad, so I'm doing it here in this moment. Thank you to Mr. Profe, who came on and joined us between the first and second quarter. We did 5 quick questions. It was not quick, but they were questions. And at the halftime, thank you to Mr. Helsley for playing Mount Rushmore with the Phillies. We'll get another topic for Thursday's game, and maybe somebody else will join us for that, or maybe Mr. Helsley will have 2 people. Who knows what will go on here. Playing it kind of as it goes is what we'll say. But all right, everybody, thank you for tuning in here on this Saturday afternoon. Firebirds win 62-31. Thank you for Caden Stewart. I'm David Shabansky, the voice of the Firebirds. Have a great night. Stay safe, and as always, be nice and love one another. We'll see you on Thursday. JV takes on Devon. Varsity takes on Truman at 6:30. Good night, everybody. Go Firebirds.